Welcome to a MainelyDIY.com video.
Today's project is going to be this cute little purse. This one was made out of a Santa's hat, but today I'm going to make one out of a stocking. And these are just pre-purchased items. And see some cardboard in there, get rid of that. And so what I'm going to do is take a pair of scissors. So I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut right across here in this crook. I think that will make a pretty good purse. Right like this. Okay. Now I'll save this piece for another project. So now what I'm going to do is, I've got some of this loose stuff, and I can pick most of the loose stuff off. And then I'm just going to fold it just a little bit. Just like that. And I'm going to put a zigzag with my sewing machine on that. And I'll use a contrasting thread so you can see it, but you'd use something that matched so that it wouldn't show. So I have that all stitched down. Doesn't look all that pretty, doesn't need to. It's going to get hidden in just a minute anyways. But before we hide that, I'm going to take a length of chain that I want to use for my shoulder strap. And I'm going to put that on right now, and I'm going to put it on where the seam is, a little bit down from the edge. And I'm going to put it on with a buttonhole stitch. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I put my buttonhole in, and I'll try to zoom in. You may be able to see that I actually kind of went over 2 lengths. And that was on purpose because the way the lengths are made, sometimes the little splits in them. See if I can get one there for you. The thread could pull right out of there if you weren't careful, so I'm kind of double linking it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. So I'm putting on using my buttonhole stitch, and I'm going over 2 lengths. So what I've done here is I've pinned this is a dark green velvet ribbon. It would be nice if I had black, but I didn't. But it's dark enough that it's going to do the trick for my work. I've pinned it real close to the red. I don't want this red peeking up over, but I do want to catch it when I do a straight stitch right along that edge. I put my chain on the inside, and I've left myself a tail here, probably that's probably about 3 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch that, and I'll be back shortly. Okay. So I've stitched on that top edge, catching that red, and you'll want to use a matching, probably a red on the inside. I used a white because it's fine to show you for demonstration purposes. And I left this part unsewed. So I'm going to come down here about the same distance and sew there. But what I don't want to do is catch my handle in it. So I'm going to pull that to the outside, and then I'll stitch around there. And I will be back when I have that stitched. Okay, so we have that all sewed in. And so now I am going to take a buckle. And I am going to figure out about where it's going to go. And then I'm going to poke a little hole for my latch. Okay. So I'm just going to take a little pair of scissors and just take a little tiny nip right where I want that hole. And then I will put my little tongue of my buckle right through there. There we go. And then I will feed my ribbon through the rest of my buckle. Lay it down nice, and then I am going to on there. So what I'm going to do is fold my buckle back, and then I'm going to stitch right right along here, and that's going to hold it right in place. Okay, so I have that sewed down right there behind the buckle, and I'm just going to take my scissors and trim it up close to that, and just kind of position it where it should go. See if anything needs to be tacked down, and press with it a little bit, and then we have that ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cuff of our pocketbook. I'm going to bring it down, and we're going to sew right along here. So we're going to sew it right across right here. Just going to put a pin in so you can see what we're going to do. We're going to sew like right on that line, and then it will disappear when we pull the cuff on. And I will be back in a moment. Okay. So I sewed right across here on the red, and then I just need to turn my cuff up. And I have this cute little purse for a little girl or not so little girl. This little piece is sticking up. I might take a little piece of hot glue and glue that right down there. I think I'll do that. Okay, so since this little piece is giving me a problem right here, moving around, I'm taking some taking some E6000 glue. Just going to put a little bit right there. First you get too much and then not enough. There we go. And then I'm going to set it down on my buckle, hold it for just a little bit, and then I'll let that dry. And then my purse will be ready to go.